Imagine waking up in a world where the air hurts to breathe. Every breath burns your lungs. The ground is frozen solid. There are no houses, no farms, no grocery stores, no fire waiting in a fireplace. Just endless snow, biting wind, and one question that decides whether you see tomorrow. How did humans survive the Ice Age? Most people imagine our ancestors hiding in caves, wrapped in animal skins, waiting for winter to end. But that's not what happened. Because for much of the Ice Age, winter never really ended. It lasted thousands of years. Entire landscapes were buried beneath massive sheets of ice. Temperatures dropped so low that exposed skin could freeze in minutes. And yet, so what did they know that we don't? The first surprise is that caves weren't the answer. Good caves were rare. Many groups never found one. Instead, they built shelters from whatever the frozen world offered. Mammoth bones became the frame. Thick animal hides blocked the wind. Snow itself became insulation, trapping precious warmth inside. It wasn't comfortable. It was just enough to stay alive, but a shelter is useless without heat. Fire became more valuable than food. Losing it could mean losing everything. Starting a new fire wasn't as simple as striking a match. It could take hours of exhausting work, so people guarded their flames constantly. Some groups even carried glowing embers from place to place inside containers made from bark or hollowed wood, making sure the fire never truly died. That solved one problem, but another waited outside. Food. Nothing grows under snow. Rivers freeze. Fruit disappears. Even the strongest hunter can go days without finding a meal, and hunger makes every decision more dangerous. Most people assume they hunted giant mammoths every week. It's a dramatic image, but mammoths were enormous, powerful, and incredibly dangerous. Hunting one could easily kill the hunters instead. Success was rare, and failure wasted precious energy. Instead, Ice Age humans became masters of flexibility. They hunted whatever they could find: reindeer, rabbits, fish beneath the ice, birds during migration. They trapped smaller animals, gathered edible roots hidden beneath frozen soil, and searched for anything nature was willing to give. Every season demanded a different strategy. Survival belonged to those who adapted the fastest. Then came clothing. Today we think of clothes as fashion. Back then, they were life support. Animal hides weren't simply wrapped around the body. They were carefully scraped, softened, stitched together with bone needles, and sewn using animal sinew. Loose clothing let deadly cold seep inside. A well-made outfit trapped warm air against the skin, turning the human body into its own heater. That simple invention allowed people to travel farther into freezing lands than ever before. But even perfect clothing couldn't solve the greatest problem: loneliness. No one survived the Ice Age alone. A single injury could mean death if nobody helped. A failed hunt became less terrifying when food was shared. Older members remembered migration routes, dangerous valleys, and safe places to camp. Children learned by watching every move the adults made. Survival wasn't about the strongest individual, it was about the strongest group. And groups needed something even more powerful than strength: communication. Long before writing existed, people passed knowledge through stories, gestures, and memory. Which berries were poisonous, where herds returned every spring, which caves flooded after heavy snow. Every lesson carried by one generation became another generation's chance to survive. Over thousands of years, these small advantages added up. Better tools, sharper stone blades, smarter hunting techniques, stronger shelters, warmer clothing. Not because humans became physically stronger, but because they became better at solving problems together. That's the real secret of surviving the Ice Age. It wasn't courage alone. It wasn't brute strength. It wasn't luck. It was curiosity. Every frozen river asked a question. Every hungry night demanded an answer. Every mistake taught a lesson that someone remembered. And slowly, those lessons shaped a species capable of surviving one of the harshest climates Earth has ever known. The next time you turn on a heater, pull on a warm jacket, or open a refrigerator without thinking, remember this: your ancestors faced a world that wanted them gone every single day. They didn't survive because the Ice Age became easier. They survived because they refused to stop learning.